So, what do you do to overcome this situation and reach your goal? Here are 4 ways that can help you do that without feeling demotivated and dejected. 1. Get out of your comfort zone. Most people find it difficult to step out of their comfort zone. You'll definitely feel safe and at ease when you're in such a place. But not stepping out of this zone can only prevent you from changing, improving, and growing. So push yourself out of this safe place. It can be difficult to adjust to your new surroundings in the beginning. But after a point, you'll realize how much it has helped you grow as an individual or as an entrepreneur. The best way to adapt to this new zone is to do the difficult and uncomfortable things as often as you can. This will help you get better at the thing you most dislike, and you'll start seeing it as your new comfort zone. It's just like learning how to ride a bike. It may not be a very good experience to fall off your bike and hurt yourself in the beginning, but once you learn how to balance yourself on the wheels, it'll be the most fun activity for you. 2. Define one goal every day. Another way of pushing yourself to the next level is to set small goals. According to a study by Michigan State University, having realistic goals that are attainable is important for achieving success in life. By setting a goal, you can give meaning to your actions and have a purpose for achieving something higher. So set a small goal every day. You can do that by identifying the most important thing you want to achieve for that particular day. It doesn't always have to be work-specific. You can choose to accomplish personal goals, too, like working on your relationships, reading 10 pages of a book, working toward getting rid of a bad habit, etc. By the end of the day, evaluate yourself and see how much you have accomplished. It's a great way of staying focused on your goals, which is essential for achieving success in life. 3. Set firm deadlines. Sometimes the best way to get your work done is to set strict deadlines. For many of us, a deadline can be the one thing that can motivate us to deliver high-quality work. It has the power to boost your focus and make you feel more productive, so try setting deadlines for yourself. Although you might be overwhelmed by the compulsion to finish your task within the deadline, in reality, it is this compulsion that pushes you to achieve your goals. 4. Tap your inner strength. Every one of us has an inner strength that we aren't aware of. And most of the time, these strengths remain unknown because they are untapped. That happens because you're more focused on your external factors, like your physical fitness, acquiring skills to be a better leader, improving your communication skills, etc. But none of these external factors can offer you what your inner strength can. So, try discovering what your inner strength is. The best way to do that is to train your mental, emotional, and physical self. To achieve what you think is impossible to achieve, you have to have a positive mindset and an even pace. By combining both these factors, you can easily get through the roughest of times. Stay physically active. Everybody knows the benefits of exercising. And it's worth noting that apart from physical benefits, it has mental benefits too. According to Harvard, when you exercise regularly, your heart and sweat glands start pumping. This increases the size of your hippocampus, the area in your brain that aids verbal memory and learning. But sometimes, you may be stuck in such a busy schedule that it becomes difficult to find time for yourself. So figure out other ways to keep yourself active. Instead of sitting around all day, get up and get around. Staying in motion keeps you energized and active. Rather than discussing important matters over email, get up and walk down to your colleagues to discuss the issue whenever possible. Instead of driving down to the grocery store in your locality, try taking a walk. Doing small things like this will stop you from being lazy and will help you stay enthusiastic and, more importantly, productive throughout the day. Sometimes you may fail to achieve your goals despite your best efforts. At such times, rather than being disappointed and disheartened, try pushing yourself to the next level. In the process, you'll not only achieve the best results, but you might also discover a hidden side of yourself that you were totally unaware of. Thank you for watching the tips to push yourself to the next level.
Facing adversity with resilience requires emotional discipline. Remaining calm when difficulties arise enables more apparent perspectives to inform wiser responses. Ancient Stoic philosophers developed a framework centered on virtuous action through self-control, rational discernment, and understanding our sphere of influence. By leveraging four fundamental Stoic principles around managing perceptions, focusing attention inward, grounding expectations in reality, and pausing to reframe reactive urges, we can transcend turbulent situations with level-headedness. 1. Control your perceptions, not the external event. The Stoics recognized that events are objective observances, while our judgments and reactions are products of our minds and therefore within our ability to manage. Consider an example where someone cuts you off aggressively in traffic. You may instinctively feel angry and offended by their reckless behavior, which fuels further agitation and conflict. The Stoics would advise you to take a step back to recognize the facts of what happened separately from your perceptions around it. The neutral event was simply that another car abruptly changed lanes. Your judgments cast blame and determine it as offensive. But you can control your response by reframing the narrative in your mind. 2. Focus only on what you can control. Chasing control over external things not within your power causes constant anguish. Stoics recognize the futility of worrying about aspects of life outside one's direct influence, since this wasted energy only breeds further frustration and anxiety. By focusing action and attention instead solely on what you can control directly, your thoughts, attitudes, intentions, and efforts, you preserve inner calm and resources for productive change. Returning to the traffic example, you can control your driving decisions and emotional state, while you cannot force other cars to drive considerately. Perhaps you pull over and take some deep breaths rather than pursuing confrontation. 3. Align expectations with reality. The Stoics grounded expectations and assumptions in objective reality rather than irrational hopes. When expectations align closely with actual probable outcomes, you shield yourself from disappointment when things do not go perfectly according to plan. For example, if you hope for sunny weather during a planned outdoor event, despite a high chance of storms forecasted, you set yourself up for disturbance. By accepting from the outset that rain may come and preparing accordingly, you avoid frustration over what you cannot predict or change. Marcus Aurelius advised we forward with the future. Neither the failure of expectation nor displeasure at an event taking an unexpected turn should unsettle us. Aligning hopes with reality sets the stage for rolling with life's twists and turns calmly as they come. 4. Practice self-discipline in your thoughts and actions. A core practice within Stoicism is disciplining your faculty of judgment between skillful, virtuous impulses and destructive, reckless ones. In any adversity, you have a window between an initial emotional impulse to react and your subsequent response. Self-discipline involves catching yourself within that interval and consciously reframing your inner narrative to respond thoughtfully instead of reflexively. The Stoics called this the discipline of assent, or to give permission only to correct perceptions and reasoned choices while rejecting tempestuous judgment. If someone confronts you aggressively, you might notice your initial flare of anger and desire to retaliate. But self-discipline allows you to catch this reaction, pause, and consider compassion or non-escalation instead. Skillfully managing your thoughts transforms reaction into response. Tempering judgment aligns words and actions with virtue. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought, for the human spirit is colored by such impressions." The true test of character is not the absence of difficulty, but how we respond to it. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Difficult people, from passive-aggressive colleagues to family members who love drama, trigger irritation, frustration, and even anger, leaving us drained and powerless. They turn interactions into emotional obstacle courses. But you can do something constructive about it.
Any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Epictetus.
Stoicism, an ancient philosophy founded in ancient Greece, teaches us to cultivate wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance in all areas of life. In every interaction, you're not just dealing with others. You're also dealing with yourself. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment, says Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. These Stoic rules are timeless because difficult humans are not going anywhere. They are persistent and prolific. Use them, find calm in times of chaos. Rule number 1. Detangle yourself from the web of expectations. Remember the serenity prayer? Same principle. You can't control others, only your reactions. Stop expecting them to change, or you'll be perpetually disappointed. Accept them as they are, fascinating, maybe even helpful, but not defining your space. Rule number 2. Seek the why behind the what. What's the source? Are they stressed? Insecure? Projecting their own issues? Empathy isn't condoning. It's understanding. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it diffuses your anger, replacing it with a calm, that explains the crazy outburst. Rule number 3. It's not you. It's their internal drama, but own your reactions. Difficult people are like walking Shakespearean tragedies, endlessly playing out their own angst. While acknowledging their struggles, remember Epictetus' wisdom. Man is not disturbed by events, but by the views he takes of them. Don't be their audience. Choose your interpretation wisely. Their negativity is theirs to own. Your peace of mind is yours. Rule number 4. Become a non-reactive monk. Imagine their negativity as a rogue outburst, but easily avoided. Stay light on your feet. Mentally dodge their negativity with calm, measured responses. You control your reactions, not their actions. Be the Stoic monk, deflecting emotional darts with the power of okay. Rule number 5. Choose your battles and mental weapons. Not every interaction requires a full-blown Stoic intervention. Sometimes the best defense is a polite disengage. But if conflict is unavoidable, use Epictetus' two handles metaphor. Every situation has two ways to be approached: the emotional handle, yelling back, and the rational handle, calm communication. Choose the handle of a wise warrior, not a flailing gladiator. Rule number 6. Focus on what you can control, which isn't them. You can't control other people's behavior, but you can control your own reactions. Instead of fuming about a difficult person's negativity, focus on your own breath, thoughts, and actions.
Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you like my video, please hit subscribe.